Sitting to my left here in the blue corner for Jacob Kordik, we have one Roberta Samad, as well as a great Scott Wegman. Roberta made her PFL debut at 155 pounds, I believe.
Nice.
I believe Roberta won her PFL debut.
Kordik also trains with Donnie Ballou, who's fighting in the main event tonight.
Nice.
Kordik is a guy that we have yet to see in HRMMA. He's 3-0, all three of his wins coming up in Premier, another part of the B2 Digital Fighting Series.
Wow.
Good hips there from Eli to stuff that.
Wow.
Good throw, but Kordik just scrambling right
And what
out.
was really impressive there was not only the throw, but the reaction afterwards, how he was able to come right back on top and get the takedown after being thrown.
Yeah, that was 4 or 5 moves from both guys in quick succession. It's so hard to see.
That's some chain wrestling right there, which is a very high level, especially for amateurs.
Kordik doing a good job of using his left foot to elevate the leg of Eli, starting to pin that back down, but he lets it go.
One of my favorite moves, and now he's got him in a very bad spot. And Eli doing a good job of trying to move, but he's in some serious trouble right now. Good job. He's trying to get his back to the mat, but Jacob's having none of it. He's trying to keep him right there in the pocket. The pocket is where he cannot get his back to the mat. Kind of keeping his back onto his chest. Just like you see right there.
Roberta calling for Kordik to triangle the body. Doesn't want to right now. Eli's just chilling right here. I think Eli needs to start to work to get his back flat.
Yeah, because it's going to be very difficult to turn to. Oh, look at that. He tried it right there, got in a good position.
Yeah, it looked like Eli tried to bridge over.
Every time Eli tries to get in a good position, it just seems like Jacob is right there to stop it and just get in dominant position. You can tell he has an extensive wrestling background, so he's winning a lot of these scramble positions.
Yeah, Eli's straightening this triangle up here now, though. Eli needs to get to this pit stop position and dominate the posture if he's going to finish this.
Eli's really working hard to try and get this triangle, and he's doing a good job of getting it, but he's just
grabbing his own shin here. He's controlling the posture.
Yeah, he really can't do anything more to make this happen. Jacob's doing a great job of defending it.
Short time. I don't know if Eli's going to be able to get this. Switches to the arm bar.
I don't think there's going to be enough time to straighten out the legs.
Ooh.
Good round. Wow.
Yeah, really good. Man, Kordik is big. Look at the size difference between these guys.
Well, and he just looks like you can tell he's a wrestler who has a lot of weight cut experience. He knows how to do it. He knows how to still have energy afterwards.
Absolutely. I think Michael Sills and Stoney need to tell Eli right now, you're not going to out-scramble this guy.
Not going to out-scramble him. We need to look to get a position, secure it, try and get a submission, lock it down, and really go for it.
Just your impression from Kordik, Chris Lytle, is that he's a guy who handles a weight cut well, and he's feeling good right now.
Absolutely. I think you can tell he could probably do this for a long time. I think that's one thing you gather from wrestling and doing lots of jiu-jitsu is he can go at a rapid pace right there, but he can also knows how to when and to take breaks, and that's really important. Get 2 breaths in right now and then go hard. That's one of the most important things in my opinion is learning when to take breaks, when to use energy, and when not to use energy. He looks like he's kind of mastered that already. Pretty impressive for having 3 fights. But that's just the extensive wrestling and background. You said he's been starting to do MMA about, 2 years and a half ago, 2 years ago?
A year and a half ago.
Some people have that transition from wrestling over to ground fighting very well, and some don't. He looks like he's transitioned pretty well.
Kordik also is able to train with Stephen Newell.
Yeah, Steven is an insane professional prospect.
What's his record, Alex Hager?
9-1.
9-1 pro this guy gets to train with. A drive under Scott Wegman.
Good kick.
They've got all kinds of good guys up at drive MMA. Eli doing a good job of circling here. Got to be careful throwing the kicks on Kordik. Don't want him to catch one.
Yeah, I think I'd probably recommend more
Hands.
punches.
Yeah.
And he's trying to get his own takedown. I think that's a big mistake.
I think so as well. We see another scramble
He does a good
position.
job. If he looks like he might be able to come out the side. If he get that right arm through, he will have the top position.
I think he's got to be careful. This triangle.
Kordik's not going to let that sit there. He's going to go right for the next transition or trying to get to his feet, I believe.
And Kordik ends up on bottom, but right away just throwing punches to the head.
That is a position right there that's very interesting because sometimes the guy on top, even if he's just trying to throw punches, a lot of times the judges will give them the fight, even if the guy from bottom is landing a lot better.
Yeah, I think if we spend the next 2 minutes here and the round ends this way, you would have to score the round for Eli.
Yeah, I would agree with you if it's going at this pace right here because neither guy is landing too much. Both guys are landing a little bit, but, I mean, it's not like he's landing anything too devastating.
Yeah, nobody's really hurting either guy. Nobody's advancing position. There has been one moment of action so far. It was the scramble, and Eli won it.
Yeah.
After we just said you're not going to out-scramble this guy.
Yeah, well.
What do I know?
Yeah, I definitely thought that takedown was a bad idea. He looked like he got him in a bad position, and he ended up on top.
Eli Mefford has 5 losses on his record, but those are 5 of the toughest guys in this part of the country.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what a lot of people don't understand. You can be 5-5, and you fought 10 monsters. You're a very good fighter. You know, there's ways that can happen. And some guys who could be 10-0 have fought no good fighters. You know, and I'll take the guy who's 5-5 who's fought good fighters all day long. I
agree. We've seen it so many times before. I think I could name 4, if not all of Eli's losses. I think he lost to Nick Wells, Smiley Wells,
Josh Rivera,
Christian King Jones,
Bryant Haynes, Ryan Hutchinson.
Yeah. None of those guys
and
are any less than great.
Eli Mefford gets to train with the legendary Jamel Muhammad on a daily basis.
Yeah, I believe I spoke with Christian Jones not long ago. I think he's going to plan on going to the professional ranks here soon.
He should.
That's what
yeah.
I'm saying.
Nothing to prove.
We talked about that last time he fought.
Did.
I think he needs to go pro now.
Yeah, he fought Bryant his last fight when he won the HRMMA 145 championship, or defended it, I believe.
Correct.
And he really dominated that fight against Bryant, who was
tough. Very tough.
Yeah, he's just a freight train. Bryant has run through everyone.
It appears Bryant probably belongs at 135.
Yeah, there was a huge size discrepancy in that fight, but to say that also, I think it cheapens the work that Christian King Jones did.
Okay.
Christian just to win in the way he did against Bryant says so much. I don't think Christian has anything left to do as an amateur.
I would agree with that.
Nor really does Bryant Haynes, in my opinion.
But here we are.
Yeah,
Eli Mefford sitting at 5-5. Stoney Dennis and Michael Seals train with this guy every day. They say they train 5-6 days every week. I think at 1 p.m. at 4 seasons. These guys work really hard.
I think it's fair to say whoever wins this third round wins the fight.
I would agree with that. I would probably have this at 1 round apiece right now. What did he say?
Touch gloves, I think.
That would make sense. What else would you say?
Bro, hug it out right now. I'd be like, damn, dude, I wanted that 5 seconds off the clock.
Yeah.
Wow.
Kordik comes out right away, just blasts through and trying to pass.
I think it looks like he came out right away and said, why did I try and get fancy last round? This is a close fight now. I got to do what I have to do to win. I'm going to get him down and do what I do best, beat people up. He's listening to his corner right there.
Yeah, great job there from Kordik.
Kordik was told by his corner over here, put his head in the cage. It makes it, people don't really realize it's not that it hurts your head by having it in the cage. What it does is it restricts your hip movements. If you have nowhere to push off and move your head out to or move your hips to, it's very difficult. You're just stuck there and you're trapped, kind of like right now. He really has nowhere to go. He can't shrimp anymore. It makes it very difficult.
Eli trying to shoot up high guard, maybe attempting an arm bar. Let's just create a scramble here. Can't get much worse than where he was.
Yep. Kordik achieves side mount right now, trying to go for the mount, trying to take his back right now.
Kordik a little high. Eli needs to bump him off or stand up maybe, peel the hips.
Kordik's going for those hooks.
Eli maybe coming on top.
Wow.
Did it again.
Dude, he's got heart.
Stoney Dennis is excited in the corner of Eli Mefford.
I mean, we're halfway
trying to
through.
go for a sweep right here. And like we talked about earlier, a lot of times just who's on top at the end.
Yep.
We gave them a lot of credit earlier. Let's see if they.
Yep.
I think Eli's got a lot of work to do here. This round is still so close.
I do too, but like I said, if he's on top for the last minute throwing little punches, I wouldn't be surprised to see him win it.
I agree.
Eli getting some good advice from his corner, doing the old school militants, what we used to call body, head. That's really just enough to keep the fight from being stood up is what you're trying to do. You're not really trying to hurt the guy, not trying to win. You're just trying to keep the fight going and eke out a decision. I would like to see a little bit more movement on bottom. He just seemed content to sit there as well. I'd try and explode up and try and create something. If you get back to your feet and get another takedown, I think you win. If you sit here, I don't know.
We've got a close fight on our hands.
Yeah. This is so close. Kordik's opening up his guard, closing it. He's trying to move a little bit, but Eli's doing such a good job of, like we said before, holding his head on the cage, immobilizing Kordik.
I would not be surprised to see a split decision here.
I wouldn't either.
Oh, yeah. Wow, Eli Mefford.
Yeah, now both of these guys are going crazy.
Wow.
What a fight.
Once again, I'm going to lean right now with Eli, just feeling that a lot of times the judges are going to give you the last
Great show of
minute,
sportsmanship.
I would not be surprised with a split decision right here.
What a fight. We call him Mr. Fight of the Night. Eli Mefford is Mr. Fight of the Night. How many times have we said that?
I mean, how could you even pick a fight of the night?
I know, I was going to say, there's been a lot of good ones, so. Glad I'm not coming up with that decision.
No, crowd favorite Eli. He's Kentucky's Conor McGregor.
He accepts late notice fights all the time. I mean, Eli
You gotta
Mefford.
like that.
Yeah, I know every promoter wishes they could have an Eli.
Well, you need those things.